Alright, hey folks, today we're finally doing something that I said I would do months ago, probably a year ago. We are driving to one of the best O-gauge model railroad stores, not only in the state of Ohio, but maybe even in the country. And lucky me, it's located right in my backyard. It's only about a 30-35 minute drive to get there. Stockyard Express is in Oberlin, Ohio. I've gotten a lot of trains and rolling stock, accessories and scenery from them over the years, and we're heading there right now. There's nothing in particular that we're going to pick up, although there is something exciting that happened this weekend. Stockyard Express hosted their annual open house, where they basically call it their Customer Appreciation Day, and it draws a really big crowd. People come and go all day long to look at what's new and what's in stock, and eat free burgers and hot dogs and have drinks and catch up with friends in the model railroading community. And they always do a big raffle giveaway where you can buy a number spot. I think they give out 100 numbers that you can pick from and purchase for $10 each. And they do a drawing on the day of the open house. And whichever number is picked, the winner gets to pick any locomotive off of their main display shelf to take home for free, as long as it's under, I believe it's $520 or less in value. So I've purchased those tickets every single year that they have the open house. This year I picked number 57 because 57 is actually one of my lucky numbers for a few reasons. But I picked number 57, and I also picked 58 just for the heck of it. I'll buy two numbers. And they called me yesterday after I had stopped by the open house and said, hey, we did our drawing. We picked number 57. You're the winner. So you get to come in and pick a locomotive from our main display shelf to take home. So I'm heading there right now. I'm not quite sure which engine I'm going to pick yet. I have a few in mind that I think I'll be interested in, but we're going to go there. I'm going to pick out an engine, and I'm also going to take you on a tour of their shop while I'm there. So I hope you enjoy our walk around, and we should be there in just a little bit. All right, make no mistake, we are at the train store, Stockyard Express, and it is located on a dairy farm property. So if you ever come to visit and you think you're lost and you're in the middle of nowhere, you will find it right here. So let's go inside. All right, front entrance. It's pretty overwhelming. A lot of accessories and details and people, vehicles, Lionel ready to run sets, a lot of MTH and Lionel accessories and details, cars for sale. DCS equipment, and all the left side is MTH Premier, most on the right side is Rail King. Some more sets for sale, more trains for sale, a lot of Menards and Woodland Scenics buildings for sale. Lionel accessories,
So this one room used to be the whole store for the public. And a few years back, we more than doubled the size. So let's walk into the second room. So lots of Rail King buildings for sale on this shelf. Almost every one that you could think of. Up on the ceiling. All along here. A lot of Lionel in this section. These are more MTH sets, passenger sets for sale, freight sets for sale. Some new Lion scale cars. A little bit of American Flyer. Right here, we got 6-car sets, 2-car passenger sets. It just never ends. And the repair shop is back there. Got some fast track switches, passenger sets. I mean, this is a huge space, and there's just still not enough room to display all the trains they have. Some more Lionel cars. More MTH, more Lionel. Now this is their display layout. It's a little island layout in the middle of the room. Has a couple operating loops on it. Here comes a nickel plate road steamer. A really nice layout. This layout uses fast track. I know it's operated with the MTH DCS Wi-Fi unit, which I use on my layout as well. These guys can get you all set up with using that DCS Wi-Fi unit on your phone or tablet. It's really nice. More trees, a lot of Lionel buildings and houses. I love this coaling tower. They had a brown one identical to it. I think they sold it yesterday. I really like that. Then tons of MTH Rail King. Literally stacked from the floor to the ceiling. Then we've got passenger cars along the back. I think most of these are Premier passenger cars. And then there's some more Rail King rolling stock. Yeah, all along the floor. And we start to get into freight cars. It's still some passenger cars, some dome cars, things like that. Now I get into the Premier on this wall. Again, all the way from the floor to the ceiling. And another island with just stacks and stacks of Rail King rolling stock. Here's the other side of the layout. It's a really pretty layout. It's in a small space too. Very nice. So that's where we just walked around. More MTH Premier rolling stock. From the floor to the ceiling. And all around the layout, cars for sale. This is where we get into a little bit of Atlas. There's not much though. I mean, Atlas doesn't release that much anyways, but there is some Atlas on the shelf. This is a wall, all for cabooses. Every car on this wall is a caboose. Premier and Rail King. And there's even more cars stacked up here, behind the desk, with more electronics, accessories. I mean, everything you could ever want for a layout, you can get here at Stockyard Express. And I mean, accessories on shelves that go right up to the ceiling. And the crazy thing is, they still have more stuff in their back room. So if you don't see something on display, you can still ask, because they might have it. And then working our way back towards the first room. Pretty incredible. So there's a pretty incredible selection of MTH Premier engines that I was looking at. Ultimately, I decided to go with an SD70 ACE, the Norfolk Southern barcode unit, which is boxed up already. It was pretty hard to pick. There's so many cool locomotives on this shelf. If I had infinite money, I could probably pick out a dozen that I'd want to take home, but I'm lucky enough to have won the raffle, so yeah, I'm going to take home the Norfolk Southern. Alright, this is unit. Clyde. He's the owner of Stockyard Express. Clyde, this is an incredible shop you have. I've been coming here for years. What do you want to tell people who haven't been here before? Or?
Just that we're about 95% MTH, and we're a service center for them. So new engines will give you free repairs and parts for 1 year if you buy them from us. And we just want to really take care of you as a customer. We're competitive in the pricing, and we try to give you service is what we try to do.
And if you don't see something on the shelf,
you can ask.
There might be something in the back.
We might have it or get it. I've been in business 38 years, so we've got a lot of connections with other dealers.
Yeah, well, thanks for opening this store and providing such great service, because there's not too many big, nice stores like this left, so I certainly appreciate the job that you do.
Well, I appreciate it. Appreciate it very much.
Okay, I hope you enjoyed that tour of Stockyard Express. Next, I'm going to show you all the new items that have been added to the layout. So there's quite a few, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first engine to show you all is this Norfolk Southern AC 4400. It's one of the DC to AC conversion units that Norfolk Southern has been restoring. This is number 4002. It's unique because it has the black front with the rest of its body gray, and then this sort of main paint scheme with a red accent stripe. Norfolk Southern has done, I think, 2 so far with the red stripe and 2 with the blue stripe. And I initially wasn't sure if I wanted to bring home one of these unique paint schemes. I was thinking maybe I'll just get a plain black Norfolk Southern AC 4400, but then I happened to be out on a business trip and looked over at the Norfolk Southern yard, and it was sitting right there. And I was like, well, that's pretty cool. I think I have to get it now. So I brought this home maybe a month ago. I'm very happy with it. It has everything you'd expect in an MTH Premier diesel locomotive. It has a really nice horn. The sound systems are nice. The details are nice. I wish it had ditch lights on the back, but it doesn't. It just has the front ditch lights. But that's no big deal. That's not the end of the world. But you'll see this running around in just a minute. I'm really happy I grabbed this. Alright, now here's a pretty exciting item that I've added to the layout, or multiple items really. I have added 2 MTH Amtrak Genesis diesels, or P42s as I believe they're called. The one closest to you is number 99, and the second one right next to it is number 202. As far as I can tell, both engines are completely identical except for obviously the numbers on the sides and the number on the nose of the vehicle. Number 99 is white numbers with a black background, and engine 202 is black numbers with a white background. I don't know if that's prototypical or not. I'm assuming so. MTH usually does a really good job with their Amtrak engines and rolling stock. I also have 6 of the Amtrak passenger cars. These are, I believe, called the Phase 4 paint scheme. It was a 4-pack of cars and an additional add-on 2-car pack. So my goal with this set, I do run both engines together with all the cars. My goal with this set is to eventually recreate something similar to the Lakeshore Limited. So I'd really like to get a couple Amtrak baggage cars, ones that are just like the one that you would see on the Lakeshore Limited. Also, there's the Phase 4 Viewliner cars that would have to be made as well. And so far, no one has made the Viewliners. At least MTH hasn't. Lionel hasn't. I haven't seen anybody else who has either. But for now, 2 engines and 6 of these passenger cars. It's a really cool terrain. This is the first Premier Line Amtrak equipment I've added to the layout. But they're really sharp locomotives and very sharp cars. And these engines are pretty rare. The first release MTH ever did of them, I think, was only an uncatalogued engine. So once these were released again a year ago, they disappeared pretty quickly. At least the silver and blue paint scheme sold out pretty quickly. So I'm really glad I got these. You'll see them going around in a minute as well. Here's an item that I almost forgot to mention. It's a Lionel auto rack. This is my first Lionel auto rack. I've bought many of the MTH and I have a couple Atlas sets, but I just decided to pick up one of these Lionel auto racks because, quite frankly, it's better than the MTH auto racks in every single way. You can see through the corrugation, the bearing caps rotate, the doors open, and it's way closer to true scale than MTH. So this is the first one I've picked up. I might pick up a few more, but regardless, it's a very cool car. Okay, so here's an item I'm really excited about. In my last video, I did an update on my 1994 Toyota Supra, and I've been looking for a model of my car to put on the layout for a long time, but no one had made a 1:48 scale Supra. I came across this one on eBay, and it's a 1:43 scale, which is really close to O scale size. Just to let you know, most of the other cars on my layout are 1:43 scale, and they fit in really nicely, so this should fit in nicely as well. I was pretty lucky to find this one. I guess it's a pretty rare model and a rare color, which it is the same color as my Supra. It's Alpine Silver, and if my Supra was still 100% stock, it really would look exactly like this one. They did a nice job on this. This is a hard top roof, whereas my Supra is the Targa top. They have the JDM, the Japanese side markers on the fenders, the turn signal markers. The US spec Supras did not come with those, so I thought, okay, well maybe this is it's based off of the Japanese version Supra and it's right-hand drive, but it's not. It's still a left-hand drive model, just like mine. So I guess this is supposed to be a really rare item. I paid a pretty good price for it, but I do plan to take it out of the box and to enjoy it. That was the whole purpose of me buying it in the first place. So I've spent a long time looking for one, and I finally found one. It should look really good on the layout. And I almost forgot, the item I did end up picking up at Stockyard Express for winning their open house raffle was the Norfolk Southern SD70 ACE number 1111, or known as the barcode unit, as a lot of people call it. This isn't the first SD70 ACE I've purchased with the Norfolk Southern paint scheme, but I did decide to get another one, and I'm really happy I did because the horn on this engine is probably the best horn I've heard in an MTH engine in a long time. So really happy that I picked this. Still feel very fortunate that I won the raffle, and it's an awesome addition to my fleet. One final item that's nothing too crazy, but I thought was worth mentioning is I picked up 3 more intermodal containers for my Atlas O intermodal Gunderson set. I got 3 of these white NACS containers. I don't believe NACS does business anymore, at least not on Norfolk Southern. I haven't seen any of their containers in years. I actually think most of them were bought up by EMP, and the NACS logo was just painted over with EMP, but regardless, I think it still fits pretty well with the intermodal train because it does look like the EMP containers that you would see on a Norfolk Southern intermodal train. So I got 3 of them. There's 1, then 2, and then the 3rd one down at the end. But I think it makes a nice addition to the intermodal
Alright,
train.
so thanks again for watching this overdue update. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll do my best to answer any questions in the comment section below. And I'm going to leave you with footage of the trains running. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.